Hey, what's up? This is Todd Smith. I'm back with another video. It's been a while since we've done a little love or hate, so let's put something new on the chopping block. Workstations. Love them or hate them? In this video, we're going to speak about digital workstation synthesizer setups. Some people really love them because they're an all-in-one package where you get a lot of sounds and capabilities. It'll come with a really complex sequencer, a way to complete a whole entire song, and the options and capabilities of workstations can be endless. The more you spend, the more complex it's going to get. This allows really complex layering of sounds and some things you can do in the digital realm that just are not capable within analog. But at the other end of the spectrum, you have some people who really don't like that. They don't like all the complexity within the machine. They think there's too many options within the digital workstation, and those people tend to generally like more analog setups where things are knob per function state. But before we get too deep into workstations, my friends, I need to thank each and every one of you for sitting and listening to this video. The fact that you are taking the time to watch and absorb this content means a lot to me. There is a metric crap ton of synthesizer channels out there. You know this, and they are growing daily. You could be on any one of those channels right now. The fact that you are listening to me really means a lot. I need to take the time and say thank you. Back to workstations, my very first synthesizer ever back when I was 17 years old was a workstation. It was a Korg N364, which back at that time was the flagship model for Korg. Honestly, I was not ready for a workstation in the slightest bit. Since that was my first synthesizer, I knew nothing about synthesizers. And back then, workstations were still very complex, but had very small screens. It's not like the digital workstations of today, where the screens are robust, big, touch screen. It might even be easier to navigate to somebody who's brand new to the game. The Korg N364 had a really cryptic, small, text-only display, which made learning synthesis harder than it had to be. The machine itself honestly sounded pretty good, and there's probably some pads I would even rock today. And I didn't really fall in love with that first Korg workstation, and that's not because of the workstation was bad. Like I said, I was just not ready for it. It was just too much for me. The first workstation I really fell in love with that I was, prepared to touch was the Roland Fantom, an older version of the Fantom. At that point, I was deeper into the game. I had more experience. I bought a more simplistic setup, was able to learn the concept of sequencing, and also the Fantom just had a much more, again, detailed screen and was easier to work with. The Fantom was the first experience where I personally was technically ready to feel the power of a workstation and how nice it was to have all that power under one hood with a built-in sequencer and everything you need to compose a song right there, including the keys. And honestly, I'll be 100% honest, it's something that's missing kind of in my workflow now. I would say the closest thing I have to that, and the thing that satisfies that itch is definitely the iPad. The iPad is the closest thing I have to a workstation, but the actual hardware workstation is really the only thing I'm completely lacking at this point. I have some digital, I have some analog, I have some virtual analogs, and I'll be 100% honest with you guys, I am kind of a preset junkie. I really do like having a boatload of sounds that I can kind of flip through, maybe find something that fits a general vibe that I like, and then change a few parameters and make it, fit into what I'm doing. I definitely miss the all-in-one package feel that a workstation gives you and the stability that a hardware version gives you in the sense that it's always going to be rock solid because it's built to do that one thing. How do you feel about digital workstations? Me, I really do enjoy them. I'm kind of a both end of the spectrum type guy. I really do love analog. I love digital. I really love everything, guys. I'm kind of easy to please. There's really no form of synthesis I don't like. But I understand not everyone's like that, and I'd love to hear people's opinions. So feel free to leave your opinion down below. But please remember there's no wrong answers here, and don't really attack anybody else for their opinion. Be respectful. As always, I need to say a big thank you to the people who have supported me via Patreon. Your support helps a lot and helps drive my content forward. And as always, stay positive, stay creative, support each other, and peace.